Christopher Nunley joins us now. I think a lot of people are really aching to go to the slopes. That last weekend was probably a popular one. The passes were probably open. I know they've been closed quite a bit, so
yeah,
it's going to be difficult getting over there.
It's going to be. You and I were talking yesterday about
we both
we're trying
go.
to plan a trip, so hopefully we can do that, and everybody at home can as well.
Yeah.
A big focus today and yesterday, those strong winds that we've seen across the area, they are continuing, Christine, throughout the morning hours now into the afternoon. One positive note, the wind advisory that was in effect for the East Puget Sound lowlands that has expired. We're still holding on to that wind advisory out along the Washington coast, though. This continues throughout the afternoon into tomorrow morning, eventually expiring at 4 a.m. But this is where we're going to see those winds sustained between 25 to 35 miles per hour throughout the day into the overnight hours, and some of those isolated stronger gusts could approach 50 miles per hour. So this could cause some isolated power outages, and of course the trash cans, those recycling bins, the lawn furniture, if you've yet to secure them, make sure you do so because they're going to end up in the neighbor's yard. These are a look at those sustained winds right now. While we're no longer in that wind advisory for Snohomish, King, and Pierce counties, notice that the winds right now still sustained between 11 to around 20 miles per hour for the Everett and SeaTac areas. Downtown right now we aren't seeing those strongest winds, but just to the south as you work your way towards SeaTac, Kent, Federal Way, seeing some of those elevated winds, and out along the coast. Notice all those yellow-orange colors. That's where we're seeing those winds sustained right now between 20 to 30 miles per hour. Higher gusts out along the coast approaching 40 miles per hour within the past hour at Forks, and along the I-5 corridor, strong easterly wind gusts between 20 to almost 40 miles per hour. So that means if you're driving along I-5 north-south, you want to hold onto that steering wheel pretty tight with those strong easterly winds across the area. Now, a big low pressure system paralleling the coast, that's going to flip those winds around to the south later on this evening. So that means if you're on an east-west road, US 2, I-90, hold on to that steering wheel, and when those winds flip around to the south, that really favors stronger wind gusts for our island communities. So later on this evening, around or just after dinner time, expecting Oak Harbor, Friday Harbor to possibly see some winds approaching 40 miles per hour, some of those gusts. The good news is by tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., we start to see those winds calm down for Puget Sound. But notice along the coast, I think those areas are going to hold on to some of those stronger winds throughout the day. We have another system, another one moving in, so that's going to keep those winds a little bit strong. This is the culprit for the winds, this big area of low pressure. Luckily, it's weakening, it's moving north, but as it's now paralleling the coast, that's what's going to flip those winds around from being offshore from the east to more southerly later on this evening into the overnight hours. Some precipitation out along the coast, Aberdeen up toward Forks, seeing some pockets of moderate rainfall, but really along I-5, Olympia, Tacoma, Seattle, Everett, Bellevue, Bellingham, pretty dry right now. And the temperatures, boy, oh boy, they're mild, 55 degrees. I ran this morning before the sunrise. I didn't even need a jacket. We're running a good 8 degrees above average right now, and it's 59 in Tacoma, 57 in Bellingham. So these temperatures right now are a good almost 10 degrees above that average, and some of the highs today could actually approach 60 in parts of Pierce and Thurston counties. So it's going to be a mild afternoon. Spotty showers possible, yes, but not going to be a complete washout. Heavier rain out along the coast. That'll be pretty consistent throughout the day there for the Olympic Peninsula too. Temperatures stay above average over the next few days with highs in the lower 50s.